Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of June 8th, I think, this week. If you want to catch me live, by the way, I go live every single day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But Gemini, let's see what is going on for you this week. You have this King of Wands here. It's funny because I was just saying last night in the daily reading that you always get this King of Wands showing up in your reading. So I feel like for some of you, it's like, this is actually a pretty simple message, Gemini, right away, I would say here. This to me is like, I feel like some of you could be getting the truth from a fire sign, or you could be getting justice from a fire sign as well here. So I feel like for some of you that could be happening. I feel like if you have like Gemini moon, or even Gemini ascendant, Gemini rising, or anything like that, I feel like this message could definitely be for you as well here. For some of you, this right here, this top row, you have the, again, we're going to cover everything in just a second, but I do want to point this out right here. You have this King of Wands, the Death card, and you also have the Justice card as well. So this could be a divorce, a separation, or a breakup. I feel like you're either hoping for things for an for truth in this situation, or you're hoping for justice as well. It's kind of interesting. You have this time to go card in this row as well here, Gemini. So I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe you're holding on to this relationship, or maybe they're holding on to you. But I feel like it's time to like end something, or make like kind of. I'm getting the word solidify in my head, which is really weird. It's almost like, I feel like some of you could be like in an in-between world here with these cards. So let's get started. You start off with the Canary Spirit here. This card says sing your own song. And this song is just about being independent. I feel like it's saying that maybe you need to speak your truth. I almost feel a disconnect here. Again, we're going to cover this row in just a second, Gemini. But you have the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles with the Five of Cups in between. I feel like that this is saying that, I'm getting like a very weird message. I feel like this is about being honest in your life here. There is something about like truth and honesty in this reading. For some of you, I feel like you are hoping for this from a person. For others, I feel like this reading is saying that you need to be truthful and honest with yourself, and this could be in any area of your life. And I feel like you need to kind of like charge forward towards something that you want, towards something you desire. I feel like this is actually a very good reading because of that, Gemini. I feel like for some of you, this is almost like very motivational. I feel like it's kind of like saying that you know that there's more in your life. You have the Knight of Swords here, and you know that you're capable of more. You have the Queen of Wands here as well. So I feel like you know that you're capable of having great things, but it's like maybe just convincing yourself you deserve it is the challenge. So again, in this first row, you have the King of Wands, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. I feel like this is a disconnect. Literally, the word that's popping into my head for this row is disconnect. It's like between what you have and what you actually know you want, like I said. So you have this King of Pentacles. Very weird. Again, I read in tarot intuitively. I don't just regurgitate meanings of the cards. So again, I realize that's not necessarily what these cards mean, but it's the intuitive message I'm getting. That some of you, I feel like the King of Wands maybe represents something that you want, but the King of Pentacles is almost like something you know that could be permanent in your life. I feel like this is something that you know could be very long lasting as well. It could be a love relationship. It could be a business, a job, just something. So I feel like this first row, again, is very simple. I don't really feel like it's talking about much other than some sort of change. Next, you have the Wisdom card here. This card kind of represents, number one, trusting your wisdom. It says you have a lot of wisdom. In the row that it's coming up in here, you have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is the card of wisdom. So I feel like a lot of you could just be gaining a lot of wisdom this week. In this row, you have the Death card, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Swords. I feel like some of you could also be dealing with a Scorpio as well. It could be a fire sign. Scorpio is standing out to me, and Earth is also standing out to me. Mostly Capricorn is standing out to me here. But I feel like for a lot of you with the Death card, the Knight of Swords, and the King of Swords, again, I feel like this is some sort of change you know that needs to happen. That Knight of Swords is wanting quick change. Knight of Swords is like wanting things to change like that, wanting things to change very quickly in your life. The King of Swords, I feel like, is like something that you know is good for you as well. So I feel like some of you could be just making a change here. For some of you, I'm just getting like a weird message, just like a side message here. I feel like some of you could be like a boss could be leaving your job. I feel like your next boss is going to be very good for you for some reason. It's popping in, like I said, as a side message. So, take that with a grain of salt. I feel like it's only for some of you. Your boss could be any gender, by the way. People always ask me, I always say, I don't attach gender to my cards. It could be any gender with this King of Swords, but the King of Swords to me could be any boss for you. So I feel like some of you could be experiencing like a boss change, and I feel like it would be very good for you. Like I feel like the new person would actually be better, not worse. So I definitely like to see that. Next in your last row, you have the time to go card. Again, I feel like for some of you, it's like you're stuck in this in-between time. I feel like it's like if you don't make a decision, you're going to be stuck in the fog. I feel like you have to make a choice in some area of your life here, whether to commit or not. For some of you, like this feels like a very weird message to me. I'm not going to lie at all, Gemini. I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe you see someone that you want to be with in a relationship. It's like maybe you're trying to get a divorce, but it's like maybe there's still some attachments to a divorce situation. This might just be for one of you. I feel like this just says it doesn't matter what direction you go in, just make a choice, make a decision. And it's like exactly what to do. You have all these kings, 3 kings here. In a lot of ways, I feel like these 3 kings are you. It's like I feel like this could just be representing a lot of wisdom that you have and authority that you have in your own life. So I feel like you have to make a choice. For a lot of you, I feel like this is like saying it's time to move on to something new. In this row here, you have the Justice card, the Queen of Wands, and the Chariot. Like I said, I feel like you're heading towards some sort of victory. The Queen of Wands is something that with that you can put everything you got into it. It is a card of wholehearted energy. It is a card of putting everything you got into something. And I feel like that this is just saying that whatever choice you're trying to make this week, I feel like I said at the beginning, I feel like your reading is very simple. I think I overcomplicated it at the beginning. For a lot of you, I feel like you're just making a choice here. Again, that Queen of Wands says, with this time to go card, this card is like saying it's time to leave something in the past. So I feel like for a lot of you, your choice is to move on to something new in your life, especially if you're thinking about the past. But I also feel like if you're having a hard time making a decision, the Queen of Wands says that maybe you're trying to make a choice between 2 jobs. Maybe one job you could do, but maybe you wouldn't really enjoy it. Maybe the other job, you could put your heart and soul into it. Again, Queen of Wands says, make the choice that kind of aligns with your heart, and your soul. So that's kind of what I'm feeling here for you, Gemini. Kind of a weird reading, but I kind of like it in a lot of ways. So let's clarify this for you, Gemini, and see what's going on. Between the King of Wands here and this Death card, you have the Bouquet. This is like a gift. This is the Queen of Spades in the playing card reading system, and so this would represent you, Gemini. It can just represent a gift or receiving a gift. I feel like the gift is transformation, basically. Next, between the 5 of Cups here and the Knight of Swords, you have the Mice. The Mice is the 7 of Clubs in the playing card reading system. This is a card of like slow progress, things moving forward very slowly. Remember what I said with that Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords represents wanting things to move forward quicker. So like I was saying, basically this is just a confirmation for me. To me, this is the same message as what I delivered during the reading. Next, between the King of Pentacles here and this King of Swords, you have the 8 of Hearts. This is the Moon in the Lenormand card reading system, and it represents some sort of dream or fantasy that you have. Again, like I was saying in your reading is very simple. I probably don't even need to clarify it because it's like the same message. I feel like for a lot of you, it's like you see something you want. This is a fantasy. Remember what I was saying at the beginning of the reading? I felt like this king and this king were like 2 separate things that you want. It's like one thing you have. I feel like the other thing you don't have yet, but I feel like you need to realize you can have this King of Pentacles. And again, I know I'm speaking very generally, but I feel like this is very general. I feel like this King of Pentacles is just representing something that is permanent, something that is stable in your life here, Gemini. So this could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a business, it could be a health routine. I feel like it could be anything, but I feel like you just want something permanent in your life. And again, I feel like you dream about it. You have thoughts of permanent things. The 8 of Hearts is also a gift. So I feel like some of you really could be getting a gift from the universe. Next, between the Death card and the Justice card, I love it. You have the Sun. This is the Ace of Diamonds in the playing card reading system, and it's just like a card of good news, good luck, good things coming in for you, celebrations, happiness. So again, I feel like that there could be some justice coming in here, probably, especially if you've been dealing with a fire sign. I feel like some of you could have been dealing with a difficult fire sign as well. So especially if you've been dealing with that, I feel like there could be justice. Next, between the Knight of Swords here and the Queen of Wands, you have the 10 of Diamonds. This card is called the Book, and this card represents success, number one, abundance, but it's also a card of like hidden or secret knowledge. So it can say that you have a lot of knowledge, or you know a lot of things in your life that could make you very successful, but you need to kind of, I feel like this 10 of Diamonds is saying you need to use that knowledge. You need to use your wisdom. It can also represent needing to dig deeper into something. And you have the Death card. I mean, these cards can represent needing to dig deeper, needing to look into things that you desire having in your life. But amazing card for success. Next, with the King of Swords here in the Chariot, you have the lady or the woman, whatever you want to call it. Again, this card traditionally in Lenormand does represent a woman. So, you know, it would normally represent a lady. But again, the way that I read, it could be any sex, any gender, whatever you want to call it, coming up here. To me, this can just represent dealing with a difficult or a tricky person. So, and that's what's popping into my head. I would just be careful of difficult or tricky people here. But at the same time, I do consider it to be a good card. To me, it can represent like overcoming obstacles. Next, in your future position here, you have the Queen of Clubs. Again, be careful of tricky people. Queen of Clubs, card of seduction. It's a card of being seduced into something. So I feel like you just need to make sure things are grounded in reality with the Sun. Next, you have the Jack of Clubs. This card says don't beat yourself up over the past. Jack of Clubs is called the Whip, and it can just represent beating yourself up. And finally, you have the Nine of Spades. This is called the Anchor. The Anchor is actually can be a good card. It can be a card of being stuck to something, but it can also just represent looking for something permanent. You know, looking for somewhere with this King of Pentacles where you can put down your anchor, looking to be anchored to something. So I feel like your reading is very simple. Gemini, like I said, I feel like you're just looking for a permanent place, permanent position in life, or something to be permanent in your life, and I feel like it's coming. That's the good news. So I love this. 10 of Diamonds, really awesome card. The Ace of Diamonds, that Sun card, really awesome as well. Definitely a lot of like justice coming in for you here. I don't think, like, I do feel like some of you could be dealing with a legal matter here because you have the Knight of Swords, you have the King of Swords, and the Justice card. These can all be legal cards, basically. I would say if you've been in something legal, it could be a divorce for sure. I feel that for a lot of you. I feel like maybe things have been extremely slow with this Seven of Clubs, but I feel like there could be progress here. So that's definitely something. I'm getting like the other woman as well. So if you're wondering, like I do feel like some of you could be in a third-party situation, but I feel like you would know about it. Again, I'm not one of those readers. I don't get on here telling everybody they're in a third-party situation, right? I feel like it gets a lot of clicks, a lot of views, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, I don't like to deliver those messages because I just don't think everybody's in a third-party situation. But, you know, I feel like some of you, this could be a third-party situation here. You know, you would know about it is what I would say, or you will find out about it with that Justice card. But again, I would say you probably have a feeling. But that's that. So anyway, this looks very good, Gemini. I actually like this. Definitely a transformation. I feel like it's just a reading of a choice. So thank you for watching and enjoy your week.